Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cinemondo podcast with Kathy and me talking about One Piece. We're off on another arc. We have made it over the top of that insanely high mountain with the backwards running river.
And we are now into our second arc.
Yeah,
we're now on our second saga.
Second saga, yeah.
Yeah, so here we go.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They go up that, there's a weird island that in the last the warship island arc, there's this crazy gateway that you have to go through, this sort of rite of passage kind of a thing that you have to pass through in order to get to the grand, there's like a barrier, and the only way through is going through this nutty supernatural uphill climb kind of thing. But the water runs uphill, and they end up fighting that guy with the grape soft serve hairdo, and and they go up the thing, and they start coming down it, and then this arc starts where they reach the bottom. And they're
in the Grand Line. Oh my God!
Yeah,
the Grand Line. We spent so much time trying to get there. Okay, only one arc.
Yeah, and things I think over here on this side are really weird. Things are stranger than they were on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Yes, things. I mean, they're not backwards or anything, but we're definitely in a new world. Yes, because you think
there's a whole.
Is everything gonna be backwards? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's like they come into the alternate upside down land or something. But it's more like this is like a completely different planet almost. They've arrived on the other side of the world, the new world, undiscovered country, and the first being that they encounter is a giant whale who's really scarred up. His head is all scarred up, and he looks like he's been through a lot. And
I get worried because animals don't fare well in this, and I get worried when I start seeing animals. So this always kind of bothers me, especially whales.
I know.
I was worried. Okay.
Especially, Japan's history with whales.
Yeah,
but
not great.
But there, in recent times, I think they've made some advances as far as how they treat the whales and the fish.
Not really. Not a lot. They could improve, but anyway. We'll proceed with Laboon.
But anyway, so they meet Laboon the whale, but they end up getting sort of separated. The ship is swallowed by the whale, which that's coming. If you got a whale, somebody's
got to go inside the whale. That's just how it works. That's a rule. Okay.
But Luffy is on the whale's head, like walking around, trying to beat the whale up and trying to get inside.
That either. That's not cool. The whale's not doing anything to you.
But he finds a doorway up there, like this metal hatch, like from Lost or something.
Like, maybe it's a robot. I don't know.
I know. That's what I thought. I thought it was a robot.
So it's not a real whale? That was really weird.
Yeah. But he goes in. But then we cut to the inside, which is really interesting because the crew on the ship are looking around, and there's a blue sky with clouds, and they're like, what the heck? I thought we got swallowed by the whale.
Exactly.
And then they notice the seagulls.
That was really funny.
The seagulls aren't moving. They're painted on.
Wait, this is all fake in here.
There's some kind of a internal structure inside this whale. Yeah. The whale Very is strange. So big, and then they see the little island.
It's the biggest whale ever in existence, apparently. Island whale is the biggest.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's huge.
And there's a little island inside his stomach, and there's a little house on the island, and an old man comes out, and he sits in his little chair, and he starts reading the newspaper, and they're like, dude, what? And
what's happening here?
They do that thing where they do the cuts with it's like where they show the boat and the house and the chair and the old man, and it goes to his face and then to his eye. And every time it cuts to him, it does that same thing. And I can't remember what he said.
It was a funny gag.
Because Sanji's like, why do you keep doing that? Why does that keep happening? Like they can actually see the show,
It's actually happening to them.
Yeah. Stop doing that.
Oh, it's so funny.
But he's like a funny old sort of grumpy old man character, and it takes a little while for them to figure out what's going on, but it turns out he's taking care of Laboon, and he tells them the sad story of Laboon.
It's so sad.
I
And
know.
they showed the little baby Laboon, and he's all good. It's okay.
I know.
And he just has this little round head. There's no scars on it. He looks so cute.
And he
Oh my
makes the
God, that was
cute
killing me.
little sound that, yeah.
Oh, it's
And
killing me.
it turns out that 40 years ago, he met some pirates. He met a pirate crew that came over and became friends with them. And they loved him and they treated him like a pet. And they evidently would spar with him, like fight with him and teach him how to fight, like pirates, and how to protect himself and all that. And they were all just sort of partying pirates. And they ended up after a while saying, Laboon, we have to go. We have to go be pirates. So we have to leave, but we can't take you with us because you're too big and all that. And so they sail away, and Laboon
we'll be back.
We'll be back for you. We'll come back.
Nope.
And Laboon is so sad. It's like this little, he gets left behind, and the old man.
It's really sad.
Yeah, his only friends, but the old man is there and decides that he's going to take care of Laboon, and he's been taking care of him for all these years, and the pirates never came back after 40 years, and the old man is like, well, they're probably all, or they're thinking they're probably all dead by now, and they're not coming back, and they're pirates. Obviously, if they didn't come back, something terrible must have happened to them or something, but he was a doctor. He was like the veterinarian. In order to take care of this giant whale, he had to go inside the whale. He decided just to go ahead and build a resort inside the whale and install these doors and things so he could open up the door and go in.
Well,
and
then he could take care of him. He could live there and take care of him. It's very cool.
Yeah. And I guess he got up there with a paint roller and rolled the paint on the roof of Laboon's mouth or something. Like painted clouds up there.
That's what it is.
He had 40 years. You can do a lot in 40 years.
On your hands. I know. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I just wonder how close is the paint store. But and the supplies that he used, I guess they're when they come down, you remember when you see up on the hill, you see those lighthouses, right?
Yeah.
He was one of those lighthouse guys.
I love that.
Yeah. And then it's also in these 2 episodes. This is a 2-episode arc. We also meet, pretty short, but a lot. It's a big info dump.
Yeah, they pack a lot in these things.
Yeah, we meet Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday, who are like the coolest looking characters. Mr. Nine has the king's crown, and he's got like 9s drawn on his face, and she is this cool looking anime girl with purple hair that's in one of those like horsetail things, and super cool. And they're both really cool looking, and the way they talk is really funny. It's like
cool. They're definitely bad people. Yeah,
like, let's go after them, Miss Wednesday. Yes, right away, Mr.
We
Nine.
need this whale.
Yeah,
we're gonna take it.
And the idea is that they come from a place that's very poor, and they need all this whale meat. They're like, if we had Laboon, we could feed our people for a year or whatever. But you're like, why do they look so cool though? Why are they such good fighters?
Yeah, they
what's
don't
going
seem
on
like
with them?
There's something off about this whole thing.
Yeah. Do they really just
I know, and
want
I did not want them to win. I couldn't, after the dragon thing, I couldn't take another animal death. So come on. Seriously.
Yeah.
So yes, here we are. So they're there. They're going to be the protagonist and the antagonist confrontation between the Straw Hats and these 2 people.
And clearly we're going to find out more about them at some point.
Yeah.
They're too well designed. The characters are too beautifully drawn and well designed to just have
throw them away.
But one of the things that's interesting is when you're inside the boat is inside the whale's stomach, right? And the old man has an island, and anyone who falls into the water, it's not water, it's like gastrointestinal
digestive
juices.
And they're all
so you fall in there, it's like ow.
It's so nasty. So that's what you had to be afraid of. I know Nami kept being afraid of that too. It was really funny.
Yeah.
Don't fall in the digestive juice.
No, it's gross.
Oh my god.
But yeah, this one
So
ends on kind of an interesting. I was a little bit
yeah,
disappointed with Luffy at the end when he was like beating
I
up
know he
the.
wasn't being cool. Through
Yeah,
this entire thing, he's being really mean to the whale, and even they're like, "Luffy, stop it! Shut up and
yeah.
stop trying to beat up the whale! Like, they're stop it already!" And he just wouldn't do it. He was being very strange in it. Did not like that.
But then, like with a lot of things, you find out his plan, his
Yeah,
angle. Um, he remembered, I guess, part of the story about the pirates and how they were
yeah,
teaching Laboon and all sparring. He says
yeah,
that I know that you wanted to spar with them, and so that's sort of, I guess, an expression of love, or
yeah,
made the whale feel happy because he came
yeah,
back. And so Luffy said, "I promise I will come back for you." So here's another pirate making a promise to Laboon,
yeah.
and he said, "I promise I'll come back." And to keep Laboon from smashing his head into the wall
Doing
where
it
he's
out
got
of
all those
grief and
scars,
sadness.
because he thinks that he's going to crash through the
Yeah,
wall and his friends are going to
he
be able to
wants to
come
get
back.
them. That's right, but they're long
So
dead. It's
sad.
been too long. I know. It's really sad.
But Luffy, accesses that, unending supply of paint that everyone seems to have, and
The paint is everywhere apparently in this world.
it's free,
They're
grows on
painting
trees.
lots of flags and sails and, "Hey, let's do one on a whale." There we
There's always
go.
paint. There's always
I
paint.
love that.
But he paints a big, straw hat
I love it's all
pirate
mangled, like, he
symbol.
never paints it well. It's kinda like these.
Yeah, and he tells Laboon, don't smash your head into the wall anymore. You have to keep that on your head, and it will help protect you.
So
So
sweet. So he actually ended up being okay. We just didn't understand what he was doing, but it was very disturbing when we didn't understand what was happening. I did not like it.
yeah, it's like, what is that Nick Lowe song, "Cruel to Be Kind"?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
It
like
was
you,
very
you
cute, but it was a
wonder,
very cute ending. It was very I mean, I like that element to the story. It was very sweet because it felt like there was a protection aspect, that they brought to it, and that you're like, "Okay, they're not gonna kill the whale, thank God," because I was like,
right?
"Cannot take it. They're gonna do this again." So I was relieved to see that.
Yeah,
Except that Miss Wednesday and Mr. Nine are still out there, so that kinda bothered me, whether they escape.
yeah. And
But like you
there's
said
something going on with them. They're from
right.
somewhere. And so anyway, the next arc we get to go to Whiskey Peak, which is,
Yes.
from what I hear, a very intense arc, very fun, and introduces us
Very
to
excited.
some
Yeah.
elements from the live action show that we haven't seen yet in the anime.
That is cool. Can't
And
wait,
so
can't wait.
and more wild character design and crazy devil fruit abilities, and
He's
you
I love
also,
that.
yeah, I mean, not to go too far into it, but we get to yeah, I'm not going to say anything else
Oh, don't say anything else. Why? Well, we're heading to
because there's
Whiskey
stuff
Peak
coming
now.
up that's pretty cool. Whiskey Peak is pretty
Yes.
cool. A lot
Yes,
is
so I'm
a
very
lot is
excited to see
revealed.
Whiskey Peak. That's the
Yeah,
next one. I can't wait. Because it's very exciting. So I
yeah.
was happy that this turned out well, but it was also it's a hard one to watch for me 'cause I don't like the animal stuff.
It turned out sort of
Get
well.
back to
Yeah,
the
it was like,
people. I mean, kind of
yeah,
well. I mean, the whale's okay.
he's okay, but he's still waiting for his pirate
He's
friends
still
to come
waiting for
back,
his
and
friends. I know.
now these other pirate friends are gone, and he's,
Yeah.
it's like,
I know.
bye, poor
See you guys
Laboon.
later. I know, it's very
Yeah,
sad. But he's protected now. He won't hurt himself. So
yeah, but he's also, something might come up, I think, with that, straw hat
oh
logo
yeah,
on.
true.
I think maybe somebody coming over the hill is going to see him, and they're going to say, "Straw hats have been
Straw
here."
hats. Ah, so they're basically leaving their mark everywhere. That's probably it's a
Maybe he
good.
didn't realize that he should have painted something else on his nose. He
Yeah.
should have
Yeah,
painted,
but his pirate sail was kind of part of the cute part. That's why, the whale liked the pirates, so
and it would remind you of us. If you can see
that
it.
was
Does he
very
have a mirror?
sweet.
I don't know. But,
I don't know,
yeah.
yeah. Does he have a mirror? He's in water, maybe it reflects somewhere. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he can
I
tilt his
don't know.
head down and see the reflection in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, they break a compass, the log pose, breaking of the
Oh,
compass is a little extra aspect.
the whole
I
log
don't know.
pose thing too. Yeah. Yeah, that was something we
Yeah.
forgot to mention. There's a lot going on in these 2 episodes.
I know, when I was done with them, I'm like, I cannot believe how fast these episodes go and how much information they download to you. I mean, I feel like I
Yeah,
totally lose track. I know you guys are probably gonna say, "You you missed this," but we probably
yeah.
did. So anything we missed, please let us know.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
there's
very
things that you don't, maybe don't recognize because you haven't seen the later episodes, but in retrospect, you would notice like, "Aha,
yeah,
he's so and so." But,
exactly.
the log pose is a way that you have to navigate on this side, and,
Right.
um, compasses don't work because magnetism is all
Yeah.
different, and the magnetic field works differently over here. And the old man explains it to them, and he ends up giving them his log pose after they break the one that they got from Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday.
Those
And
guys. And
I
why
know
did they break it?
because they were fighting over Luffy eating all the food.
You'd think they would know this by now that Luffy only eats constantly. So you would
Yeah,
have to anticipate that he would eat all the food. Yeah, he ate all the food. No one had any food. So they got mad and they got in a fight and they broke the compass. Good job, guys.
and it was that big prize fish that Sanji
Yeah.
won.
That he was like, oh, so excited. He'd
He
always
was so
wanted to cook it.
proud,
Wow.
and Luffy just gobbled it all down.
Blah, 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 blah.
I know
And he
people
doesn't even
like
enjoy
that.
it. He just chows down.
I know people
So
like that. It's
yeah,
like
I
you
know.
bring,
So many
you
people like
bring
that.
candy in for everybody, and they go, mm.
I was like,
It's like,
oh, did I eat it all? Sorry.
oh, that wasn't just for me. Oh,
I thought you were giving me the candy. Anyway, let us know your candy stories below.
yeah. Do you have excessively gluttonous stories about candy consumption? Let us know in the comments.
I know. But we're really enjoying these arcs that we're watching.
Yeah,
I love talking about them and discovering it, and it's cool to get ahead of it now into these uncharted waters where we don't know because we're past
yeah.
the live action for the most part. And it's fun to see all these new characters and things coming out. So
And things
really
seem to be getting
enjoying this.
weird and wild.
Even weird, I know it's getting weirder than even it was before. Like I like
Yeah,
that they're just kind of, you can tell they're getting kind of confident in
yeah.
it, like he's getting more confident and will knowing the audience is coming along with him, so he's more and more outrageous characters and things that are happening. So I love that. It's all just so out of left field and crazy. I love it.
And you can sense different artists too. That's one thing that's kind of fun.
Yeah,
You can always
it's true.
tell when a different director, different artists come in.
Yeah,
There's a style change, and also different
very true.
writers, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
because there's
You can
slight
tell.
inconsistencies in character arcs and character development.
Oh,
And
so he doesn't write them all. I guess it would be
yeah,
hard to write them all.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know how that works. If there's one
either.
writer
Yeah.
or different writers. Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
research
let us
that.
know in the comments, like, what is the writer situation? Is the creator, is he the one doing all of this writing and overseeing, or is he just overseeing other writers? Because it would be interesting to see if there's something for us to look for regarding like style, writing style, and animation style to
And
be
art
looking more
style, yeah.
at that, because it's so outrageous and distracting that you almost don't pay attention to like the stylistic changes as much.
Yeah.
So let us know if that's something we should look at. If you want to hear more about that, we'll be happy to look into it.
I did look at a video on YouTube. This someone compiled something about all the different artists who had worked on this, and
Mm,
their style and the
yeah.
things that they do and how it
Okay.
changes here. And then this animator artist will end and a new one will start, and then that first one will come back later, and then so there's all different people, but they
Mm,
they're consistent within that world. Of course they probably have to follow the show bible, the
yeah.
outline of what
Yeah.
Luffy can and can't do, and what
That's
Sanji
true.
can and can't do, or won't do, or shouldn't do, or
Yeah.
and
Well, I see
that
this here. This was written by Mikiru Shimada, and it
mm,
was animated by Kazuya Hisada. So those are the
okay,
the 2 on this episode. So we'll start paying attention to that. We'll start looking into
yeah,
that and start giving them credit because they do deserve it. So,
yeah,
alright.
definitely
Alright.
definitely deserve all the credit for the crazy design, beautiful
Yes.
design. I'm
So
so
good.
blown away every episode I watch. I'm just laughing at the nerve these people have to put that in the show.
Insane.
We also meet one thing before we go, that we also
Oh,
meet
yeah.
the
Yes.
unluckies.
Oh my god, so good.
Very, very
So
mysterious at this point, but
very
what a
mysterious.
hilarious looking little creature this is, with the little
So
ears and
cute.
the onesie
Oh my God.
pajamas.
I mean, everything about it is just way too cute. It was like I'm just dying watching it. So funny.
But very serious. He's
Very,
not playing around.
No, he's very
He's
serious
making the
otter.
click, 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 click. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Very fun. So
All
let us
right.
know in the comments what you think about it, some of your favorite scenes in this, and any little details or background you have for these episodes to help us appreciate them even more. And we'll see you next time, next arc.
Bye, everybody.